What are the best and worst methods out there for height growth? Well, today's video goal is to rank the 15 most common methods that are supposed to make you taller on a tier list, with S tier being the best and F tier being the worst. To make sure that a height increasing technique is effective, it needs to tick all of these three boxes. 1. Is it a myth or is it a fact? 2. How many resources does it need? And 3. How fast and effective is it? Let's start from the absolute worst techniques and go all the way up to the best methods. The first method that gets an F tier is called Wolf's Law. You have probably already heard about it if you are active on TikTok, but sadly, there are no studies that provide actual height increasing results. In fact, it's even worse because there are several testimonials from people describing that trying to produce microfractures by jumping up like a monkey for 15 minutes straight with zero training and experience could lead to injuries or delayed onset muscle soreness, which is basically intense muscle pain that occurs 24 to 72 hours because of unfamiliar exercises. Bringing on the next method, which is fasting, it also gets an F tier, mainly because most definitely you would do it in an inadequate way, taking the risk of limiting your height genetic potential due to insufficient calories or vitamins. Sprinting. There are no studies showing that sprinting can significantly increase height for teenagers or adults, but it gets a D tier because you might increase some testosterone level along the way. Hanging upside down exercises get a C tier. This is because it's a less effective technique than the one that includes normal hanging from the bar. It may be true that hanging upside down can give you a temporary height increase due to spinal decompression, so if you want to feel just slightly taller for a couple of hours, you can try it out, but with the right equipment. Going up to the B tier, this is where some techniques should provide at least some sort of height increase to some degree. First, we've got posture. If you are watching these types of height videos, you probably already mastered a flawless posture. However, it loses many points because everyone who starts being aware of it can get taller immediately, so it's not something that special. Next on the list, we have bulking up, which only could work during puberty. It's the same as having the right nutrition, except you just eat everything and anything, and by doing this, you might, in fact, get the right nutrients and vitamins for stimulating height growth and growth hormone. Height surgeries, which implement limb lengthening, are already certified as being effective for gaining height. The reason it's B tier is that it loses points because of its expensiveness, recovery time, and also status factor because, when you think about it, there are several people nowadays who are against these types of surgeries. But at the end of the day, who cares what others think, right? After height surgeries, we've got growth hormone insertions. It works perfectly for teenagers with height deficiency, but I'm not sure if a height steroid should be recommended for average height teenagers just because they want to be the next LeBron James. It's also very expensive, and if you are not suffering from height deficiency, it could lead to some consequences. It does not work for adults. Now, moving up to the A tier. This is where some techniques might be worth using. At first, we have height increasing insoles, which give you a significant boost. They are really effective and costless. The only problem is that you cannot wear your shoes everywhere, so friends and family will recognize you by your real height. Next, we have stretching, especially spine stretching exercises. Doing it the right way with the right amount of exercise can help you reach the genetic limit in terms of height. However, it does not work after growth plates are closed. Swimming. You could gain a couple of inches right after finishing a good swimming session because of spinal decompression. It doesn't last long, but it can also help with reaching the height genetic cap during puberty. Basketball or jumping sports also help achieve max genetic cap and help prevent height loss due to aging. This is why Michael Jordan is still 6'5" in his 60s, losing only 1 inch from his peak height. Now, at the S tier, we've got the most important techniques that impact plenty of reasons when reaching your maximum genetic potential. First is something you might have already heard of, and it is sleep. It gets an S tier mainly because it's the easiest method out there. You only need a bed and a little discipline. The sad part is it cannot make changes when growth plates are already closed. Nutrition. A good balanced diet provided with all of the vitamins that are suggested for height increase during puberty is really good, but it cannot make changes in adulthood. The last and most effective one is hanging from a bar. Hanging from a bar for a couple of minutes daily for several months may be the only way to potentially increase permanent height, even in adulthood, with 1 to 3 inches because of spine decompression. But keep in mind, it may not work for everyone. So, in conclusion, here's what you need to know. Most of the weird height-increasing methods you see out there are not necessarily true. Growing taller while still having the growth plates open by trying to maximize your height potential is really effective, but you should have realistic expectations. Stop thinking you might go from 5'8" to 6'2" by doing some stupid technique technique you've seen on TikTok from someone that only wants your money. What you should do is get the right nutrition, exercise, and sleep routine while you still have the opportunity, and always pray for height, because magic growth spurts still happen. If you want to get access to more looks-maxing advice, or see how well you are doing in today's dating market, feel free to access the link in my description for a special built looks-maxing or face and SMV analysis. That's the end of the video. You can share your thoughts or suggest any new video ideas in the comment section. See you soon.